Okay, guys, welcome to the call. My name is Heidi Shemansky, and I live in New Jersey with my husband and our two teenage boys. Tonight, we are super excited to share about our powerful products and amazing business opportunity that can help create unlimited income and secure your financial future. We are part of a unique community that is helping families secure their finances and help them protect their health and well-being. Our outcome is to educate, to get the word out. We feel an obligation not to keep this a secret because it offers hope to everyone by sharing our products and our business opportunity. And we are making a profound difference. So I was blessed to first learn about Juice Plus over 6 years ago. It totally made sense to me. So I got my family on it right away because it's simple. And I knew that no matter how hard I tried, or we were trying, we weren't eating enough fruits and vegetables every day. Disease runs in my family as well as in my husband's, and we want to do our best to protect ourselves from that. And we lived at the pediatrician's office. We were always there for something: sinus infections, ear infections, cold, strep. My youngest even had mono at a young age. And honestly, I thought that was considered the kissing disease. So the boys were constantly on some type of medication or antibiotic. And between the co-pays and medications, my bank account was draining quickly. And adding Juice Plus has been such a game changer for my family. The daily nutrition from the variety of fruits and vegetables has made such a huge difference. My family couldn't be happier and healthier. We have been antibiotic free for 6 years, and the boys really only visit the pediatrician for their well visits. It's been such a huge transformation in my house. Juice Plus is our nutritional seatbelt, and it gives me great peace of mind that we are doing our best to keep ourselves healthy. But what I also found with Juice Plus is an opportunity where I can own my own life, expand my family's options, and bring as many other people as I want to join me and help them do the same. I focus on growing my team because I love the impact we're able to have in helping others. And I love that I get to help people realize that it is possible to spend time how we choose, with whom we choose, and have the ability to say yes to more things. I want to take other driven and inspired people with me on this voyage. I love helping others become the best versions of themselves, like this business has helped me. One of the biggest blessings are the people I've met. I love introducing others to this amazing community. And because I said yes, I get to keep my time freedom while improving my family's health and the health of others and securing our finances all at the same time. I love the flexibility of being a stay-at-home mom, a volunteer, and always being here for my kids. I knew eventually I might have to go back to work since the kids were getting older and college was around the corner, but I wanted to keep my stay-at-home lifestyle. And because of this opportunity, my family and I are able to do more of the things we love: more weekend getaways, vacations, see more professional sports games, and go to more concerts if we want. I love to travel, and I want to be able to see the world. My goal for my family is to fill our life with more experiences and not just things, have stories to share and not just stuff to show. I'm working towards this opportunity being my family's plan A and bringing my husband home from the corporate world. I want my husband and I to have complete time and financial freedom. To me, life's most precious commodity is time, and you can't get that back. And I also want to leave a legacy by making a difference. So you might be thinking, what is Juice Plus? It's simple: just whole food in a capsule or soft chew with the food label. It guarantees a variety of over 30 plants consistently. It is the most thoroughly researched nutritional product on the market in the world and has been proven to do amazing things in the body at a cellular level. We have a 100% plant-based omega blend that not only provides omega-3s, but also 5, 6, 7, and 9. Each has its own health benefit, and the omega blend complements the capsules and soft chewables. We also have delicious whole food-based protein powders and nutrition bars that provide clean, convenient, one-of-a-kind plant-based fuel. And our last product is our simple soilless aeroponic growing system called the Tower Garden, which is an amazing way to grow your own produce. I own two. So now I am super excited to introduce my friend Carrie. Carrie is an American Red Cross instructor trainer who teaches because she loves to and is mom to 2 kids, Joey and Juliana. Take it away.
Thank you, Heidi. I am so excited to be here tonight. The first thing I want to share is that I love that the women who are sharing on this call, I didn't know a year ago, 5 years ago. I didn't know them 9 years ago when I decided to join this business because the product made sense to me. And we are all over the country and they've become sort of part of my family. And I love that we get to do this and share with so many people. My dad, who's in Nevada, gets to do this. And as Heidi said, you can bring anybody. So when I started, the product made sense to me, the business made sense to me, and my goal was to cover the cost of my Juice Plus. My children were a year and a half and 2.5. They are now a 10-year-old lacrosse goalie and a 12-year-old hockey goalie, and I'm married to a goalie who had migraines for years, and magically, one day he was like, wow, my migraines are gone. But the bigger thing for us is that we were part of what I call the antibiotic of the month club. Joey would have ear infections from October to April, 1 year, 2 years, both years, and it was getting to be ridiculous. So the ENT said the best way to handle this is to have surgery, but I'm warning you that when you come in for your pre-op, if Joey has an ear infection, it will delay the surgery. So I walked in and they said, Joey's not having surgery tomorrow. And I literally started bawling in the doctor's office. And he goes, Mrs. Fisher, I don't know why you're crying. And I was like, my kid has an ear infection and I didn't even know it. And he said, no, his ears are clearer than they've ever been. I don't know what you're doing, but keep doing it. And I'm like, we're not doing anything. We're not on any medicine. And my husband, who was taking Juice Plus just because he was going along for the ride, as I say, said, maybe it's that Juice Plus stuff that you're forcing us all to take. And the doctor was like, oh, I've heard of that. It's fruits and vegetables in a gummy or capsule. He goes, keep doing it. And so here we are. My son was almost 2. He's now 12. And we haven't seen an antibiotic or an ear infection probably in, I think, 5 years. You know, I can't say my kids have missed everything, but we are on day 4 of school. My daughter came home today and said, do you know what happened to Chloe? And I said, did she fall? She goes, no, she wasn't in school. So I texted Chloe's mom. Chloe's mom said she woke up this morning with a fever and they think she has strep throat. Day 4 of school. So, I mean, the stuff goes around our school. And I mean, I can't say my kids have missed it all, but they missed most of it. And for me, that was really important, to give my kids the tools to be able to fight off whatever it is that's in the schools that they're around. I spend a lot of time around kids, teaching swimming, teaching, you know, all these things that I love. This year I'm going back and teaching babysitters training because my daughter's old enough and she wants to take this, and her friends. And again, all their runny noses on my mannequins. And I know that we are taking the right things and putting the right things in. And then the other part of this is it's given me the time freedom to say, yes, I'll teach babysitters training, or no, I don't want to. And I no longer have to teach these Red Cross programs because I needed to pay for the new hockey skates that Joey's foot grew last week, $200. I paid cash. Like, that was, my husband was like, you just paid cash. I'm like, we have the money. My Juice Plus check gives us that. It allows us to travel. It allows me to plan the big 2021 bar and bat mitzvah in Israel. And so I get to do this with my friends. Many of them are on this call, you know, and you get to bring anybody with you to do this. So I'm going to go from here and share the line now with my friend Andrea, who lives in Maryland. She was a teacher, and now she has out of the classroom and is a mom on a mission. So take it away, Andrea.
Thanks, Carrie. Thank you so much, guys. And, you know, I'm just so honored to be here with all of you. You know, and as Carrie said, you know, my background's in elementary education. I taught elementary school, 4th, 3rd, and 2nd grade, and I absolutely loved it. But, you know, I became a mom in 2008, and I started feeling tugged in 2 separate directions. And a huge part of that is just because, you know, I always say teaching is not a job, it's a lifestyle. But I was really conflicted as well, not only because of the hours and everything, but my Gavin, my firstborn, was chronically sick. Ever since he was 2 months old, he was part of the antibiotic of the month club as well. We had those chronic upper respiratory infections, and it was really hard to justify continuing in the classroom. And also, you know, like, what was I doing with my time? You know, every time I had to take off work because he was sick, I felt guilty that I was not home with him. And then every time that, my husband, like, he would be like, it's okay, go to work, I'll take off of work. It was just a mess. He was missing work. We were all missing work because of all of this illness that Gavin had. So fast forward to 21 months later, after Gavin was born, we had our daughter Gwenny. And teaching in Harford County, Maryland, where I was it was a tumultuous time because we were not getting a pay raise. And Common Core was right around the corner, and we all know how awesome that is. Not really. And we were kind of left with a choice because we were paying $465 a week for daycare, but Gavin was still chronically sick. So our tax guy was like, hey, do you realize that you are essentially working to pay for daycare? And that was when we decided, we prayed about it, and we said, you know what? Let's just take a huge leap of faith. After paying for daycare, I was only bringing home about $1,000 a month. And my husband and I were like, we will figure it out. And I was like, okay. A huge part of that was Gavin's continued illness. We were really hoping, because at this time he was about to turn 4. And so at this time we were like, maybe, kindergarten's right around the corner. If he's not in a daycare center for a year, maybe that chronic illness that he had would go away. His body would have a chance to heal. You're not bringing home the boogers and snot and germs from all these other elementary school kids. And unfortunately, though, that was not the case. So I was at the pool one day that July, right after giving up my teaching career, and my best friend, ever since we were in 6th grade, Dr. Jill Moore, was telling me about this Juice Plus stuff. And I just remember, I was complaining to her because my 4-year-old was not allowed to put his head under the water because he had his 2nd round of tubes in his ears. And she's like, you should try this Juice Plus stuff. It's just fruits and vegetables. Totally made sense to me right away. But because I just gave up my teaching career and we were on such a tight budget, I kind of put it on the back burner until a couple of months later. That October rolled around, and the first thing that happened was we had a really traumatic health scare with my husband. I was tutoring to kind of help make ends meet, and he was one time in the middle of the night, like 1 o'clock in the morning, woke up with a stomach flu. I went to check on him because I heard him throwing up in the bathroom, and he said, you need to call 911, something's wrong. So if I get emotional, I apologize. So we were 30, we were healthy, we both played sports in high school, goalie club here, and all of a sudden, I'm on the phone with 911, and I watched him become paralyzed from the neck down. And I didn't know what was going on. Thankfully, he's okay. But, the ambulance came, and the whole way following the ambulance, my dad came to stay with the kiddos. I was just, praying, let him be okay, let him be okay. But then I was worrying, what's going to happen? I just gave up my teaching career. There's no way they can go to daycare and we can afford a mortgage if I'm with my teaching career. I mean, the rabbit hole of worries just continued on. So thankfully he's fine. Apparently severe dehydration can cause temporary paralysis. Drink your water. And he's fine, but that fear never left me. And it was very clear after that we had to do something else. We thought we were doing the right thing for our health, but we had to do something else. And the other thing that became perfectly clear was that we were completely vulnerable. Our well-being was 100% dependent on my husband's health and his job. And that sucked because having 2 young kids, at the time, now we have 3, that was just a real big smack in the face. You always kind of feel that, oh, it's happened to so-and-so, but it won't happen to us. We'll be fine. Anything can happen. So that was just very apparent. A week after that lovely night, Gavin ended up getting croup for the 8th time in his life. He would get it every fall and every spring. So here he was at 4, 8th time. And our pediatrician said it was only a matter of time before he developed full-blown asthma. So coming from an elementary background, I saw so many kids with asthma. I saw so many kids with food allergies and eczema. I knew I just didn't want that for my kid. And especially taking into consideration what happened the week before, I was like, yeah, we're going to try that Juice Plus stuff because it's just fruits and vegetables. It can't hurt us. It can only help us. So I called Jill when we got home, and I was like, hey, sign me up. And she was thrilled. And literally that was like the best decision I could ever say we'd ever made for our family, because instantaneously we saw that 4 to 6 week sick cycle that Gavin had been on his whole entire life essentially break. It just broke before our eyes. Bear in mind that we did start in October, so flu season. He never got sick. Like, he was on allergy medicine since he was 2 for this chronic runny nose. And the allergy medicine helped a little, but he still had chronic runny nose, dried up immediately. So that December, we took him off of the Singular that he was on. And it was just so cool to be like, our kid doesn't need antibiotics anymore. This is amazing. That spring came around, and my husband's seasonal allergies were gone. So we didn't have to buy more Claritin. The tissues, sweet baby Ray's, how much money we were spending a week on tissues. And it was like, we don't have to buy tissues anymore. It was awesome. I mean, like, I was like, this is the way life is supposed to be. We're not supposed to be regulars in the pediatrician's office. We are not supposed to know all of the gossip from all the nurses, because we're not supposed to be there all the time. I mean, I knew who was getting married, who was having babies. It was crazy. So it was amazing. It was an amazing realization on how we were intended to live. And I naturally started sharing, because everybody needs to live this way. You know, this is what we were supposed to do. And so I started sharing, and Jill was like, you need to do this business with me. I said, no, I don't want to do it. She was like, you know what? You've already given me so many referrals. You're doing the business, and you might as well get paid for it. So I said, okay. And I did, really with just that goal of, let's pay for our product. Maybe we can make up that $1,000 a month, but that's a stretch. That's a big stretch. Well, very, very quickly did we make that. I was over the moon excited when I was able to proudly tell my father-in-law, who was always like, when are you going back to work, that I wasn't going to, because I was making the $1,000 a month that we needed for our bills. Once that goal hit, you know, I was like, well, maybe I could pay for the kids' private school tuition. Then that goal hit. And then I was like, you know, it'd be awesome if I could pay my mortgage with my Juice Plus business. That would be amazing. And then that goal hit. So now, you know, there are 7 positions within the company. I am in the 6th, getting ready to step into that top 7 position. And I can happily tell you all that I am making more with Juice Plus than I ever made with my whole entire teaching salary. And, you know, just like, you know, everybody else said, like, I have goals with this. You know, I do want it to be our plan A. I want to retire my husband before we're 40. We're 37 now. He's like, when are you going to do this? So, you know, it's been awesome. It's been such an incredible journey. And the best part, honestly, is helping other people feel this good. It's helping other people, you know, be able to make their choices and have their time freedom. One of my other dear friends from high school was able to leave her job at a bank that she hated because of Juice Plus. And that's awesome. And it's like, we're still helping people. I became a teacher because I wanted to help people. And I love telling people I'm still doing that, just in a different way. And I have to say something about this company, because honestly, you know, people are like, oh, those MLM things. And no, like, this company is heads over feet the best company you could ever work for. They are just have the most wonderful heart. They're caring and loving. And, you know, we got thrown with a huge curveball last September. My dear sweet Gavin, who is now 11, but was 10 when this happened, developed epilepsy out of the blue last September. I got a call from the school, and they said, you know, that he had a seizure. And he was in 4th grade, and we never really noticed it before. But to date, he has had 14 tonic-clonic, previously known as grand mal seizures. And we also found out that he also experiences absence seizures, so like little staring spells that can last anywhere from 2 to 12 seconds. We noticed the 12-second ones now. But it's been a real big roller coaster. Love our vegan omegas, because ever since we bumped him up to 4 of those a day, he's been doing awesome with his seizure control. He hasn't had one in almost 4 months, which is great. But, you know, this company was here. You know, I was working this business and had established such a steady paycheck that that I didn't have to worry. I didn't have to worry about, what was going to happen, or my paycheck actually went up, even though I wasn't really actively sharing as much as I normally do, because my focus was on my son and his health and getting him stronger. And I will never forget the day that our regional sales director, Dewana Scantleberry, last December, just gave me a call just to see how I was doing, and just was saying, we're praying for you, we're thinking of you. We didn't talk about Choose Plus once. And that's the type of leadership that our company has. After Gavin's second round of tubes put in his ears, and again, this is a long time ago, I called our principal crying the next morning because he woke up with a 102.7 degree fever. And I was freaking out, thinking I had to take my baby back to the hospital because something went wrong with the surgery. My husband was already left for work, so it was just me and the kids. And I called her crying. They were crying. It was a mess. The first words out of her mouth were, well, are your sub plans ready? And I was like, what? And that just was such a punch in the gut of how society is. Choose Plus is not like that. They love you. They want you to succeed. They want you to be well and healthy as a person, and they care about us. And I mean, everything that happened with Gavin, it's just so telling of that. And so, you never know what the future is going to hold for you. And I really do hope and pray that everybody, stays healthy and has the most wonderful life ever. But if some kind of curveball is thrown your way, do you have a plan B? Something that's in your back pocket that's going to help you? 7 years ago when we started Juice Plus, I never thought I would ever have to deal with epilepsy in my life, ever. And we do. And that's okay, because we have this business. So I just wanted to say that, and we just thank you so much for being here. And I am going to turn it over to my dear sweet friend, Paula.
Thanks, Andrea. I'm Paula, as she just said. So I would like to say that I actually am not a teacher or hockey mom, but I did play soccer and not goalie. My sister did, so there is another goalie for you. I am a nurse, and I do pediatric and adult home care, and I go to school during the week, the days I work with the little boy in an exceptional children's class, and they're sick all the time. The whole school's sick all the time. Everybody's just in and out with antibiotics and, coming in, sneezing, throwing up in the middle of the classroom, and it will start, I'm sure, within another couple of days. So I always am telling teachers and the aides in the classroom, Juice Plus, Juice Plus, Juice Plus, Juice Plus. One of the bus drivers actually became a team member, and I'm like, you have all these people to talk to. You better get on it, sister, because it's that time of year. Hello, these kids are sick and full of yucky cooties. So whatever we can do to help avoid getting sick. For myself, I've been on the product in my family for 5 years, and we have not been on antibiotics. Or sick or miss school days or work days. If I feel something, I may just, to err on the side of precaution, be like, I'm not coming. But within the end of the day, I'm fine. And then I feel guilty that I didn't go to work. But I'd rather be safe than sorry for somebody who's so immunocompromised. And for, nobody in my household has missed school days. They're mad at me because that if we choose to pull them out of school is because we're going on vacation or doing something like that. The business end of it, I was working 2 full-time nursing jobs from night shift to day shift, back to back, 11 to 7, 7 to 3, 3 or 4 days a week. Single mom at the time, and still could not make ends meet. I borrowed the $50 to do the business. And it just has given me a lot of time freedom, huge personal growth journey for myself. And the confidence to be able to do things like this and share with other people, because even when that fear kicks in, we have to say, whose life are we going to change? And just one person my goal is just one person a day. If it's one person a day, then I've succeeded in my journey with the business, and so, we'd like to wrap it up this call and say, thank you for letting us share our stories. There's so many of them. And again, for a $50 investment, you get to pick and choose who you work with. I started out in New Jersey from a girlfriend that we played soccer together in high school 27 years ago. And she's now in Florida. I'm now in North Carolina, and the girls on her phone are all over the US. And it's just nice that they become family. So it's, you don't have to worry about a boss or working with somebody that you can't stand, because you choose who you want to work with. And it's just nice. So, we're excited to partner with a couple types of people. One of those types of people is anyone looking to earn a stable and residual income in order to expand their options. while making a difference. Someone who wants to secure their financial future, and help create a life of their own and not somebody else's. This opportunity gives parents the financial peace of mind to choose mom and dad care instead of daycare. Hardworking professionals can have the choice to build their own dreams instead of somebody else's. College kids can help pay for tuition, even meals instead of ramen noodles, instead of having to go out and get that side job, because nobody wants to do that. It's learning and party time in college. Empty nesters can increase their income to help their retirement, so there's more than enough to enjoy and give to future generations. Great opportunity for anyone looking for an exit strategy, perfect side hustle, or plan B. So for someone who doesn't have one, which can quickly turn into their plan A. So we invite you to join us and be a part of our amazing, supportive community. It's a generous, almost 50-year-old company with a simple and small product line and a simple marketing plan. The other type of people we like to choose, we'd like to partner with, are people who are ready to take the next step in their health, to make life easier by adding Juice Plus. It's an easy, like salad in a capsule, they say. It only costs a few dollars a day. Kids get it for free under our Family Healthy Starts program from age 4 to 26, as long as they're enrolled in college. And there's an adult sponsoring them. It's the simplest, most convenient and affordable way to get massive amounts of nutrition into our busy families. So maybe you could ask yourself, who do I know who needs to hear about this? Or what if Juice Plus could help them? What options could additional income and a sense of fulfillment give to me? How would it feel to have fun and thrive in a community, making a contribution to the world? There's nothing more rewarding than sharing Juice Plus with someone and watching their life change for the better. Your voice can give hope to others and to build your dreams and help others build theirs. So, you have the freedom to expand your options within a positive, fun community we'd love to call our Juice Plus family. So we always love to say, come join us. We want to thank everybody so much for spending a few minutes of your valuable time with us this evening. Now I'm going to ask Heidi to end the recording. And we always like to ask, what questions maybe do you have that we can answer for you? And, before that even happens, if you have no questions and you think of some later, reach out to the person who invited you to the call and ask away. If they don't have an answer, they'll find it and get back to you. Heidi? Oh, Heidi.
I have to unmute everybody individually. The group
Okay.
the group is not working.
You want to turn the recording off?
You're still recording.
Oh. I was going to say it's not working.